Welcome to the Resilient AF podcast. I'm Alex Fresh.
I'm Emelia Jackson.
And I'm Bennett Knows. We believe everything vibrates at a certain frequency, and we're here to raise the vibration.
You'll hear stories of incredible resilience, manifestation, and what to do when you find that even resilience has a toll.
'Cause a bitch is tired, honey.
Good Monday morning. Welcome to the podcast.
Good morning.
Today is a different day because Bennett and Emelia are not taking a shot.
No.
I'm not taking a shot. I don't feel well.
He's so hungover.
You
can't
silly
take one.
guy. You gotta stop
So
drinking.
Oh my gosh. But you know what they say about hangovers? Like you have to take a shot of what you had last night.
Exactly. You need the hair of the dog. So would
Yeah.
you like some?
So what kind of shot did you have?
No, I had tequila.
Yeah.
And we have
Darn.
vodka.
And we don't have tequila.
I had a
just
shot,
can't.
but not of that.
Oh, what kind of shot did you have?
The flu shot?
No, I had a shot of.
Oh my
You're not
God.
kidding.
Yeah, a cum shot. Oh my God.
Oh my god.
Wild girl.
Well,
I'm glad we all had a great night.
Yeah. I went to bed like an
so
old
did I.
lady.
I was tired.
I bet you were.
Stop. I'm kidding. Maybe. But it's time for the peak of the pit, and we're gonna
Yes.
let Bennett kick it off
Okay.
as always.
I had a very productive week. Let's start with the pit.
Okay.
All right. So like, I think it was like maybe last weekend, me and Alex went out
Okay.
and I got very close to Blackout Boulevard. Very, very close to Blackout Boulevard. Like I don't remember part of the night. And like, this is the first time, cause I go hard, you feel me? But this is the first time that I've hung out with Alex and she got to see me go hard. You feel
Like
me?
that,
Like I had like
like-
10 shots that night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Are you a wild one? When
yes, I love taking shots. Like
Was
I'll
he
take them back to
wild?
back to back.
He wasn't like out of control wild. No.
No. Usually when I get fucked up, I like just shut down. But
Yeah.
that's not my pit. My pit is before me and Alex like linked up, we were running errands and then we parted ways. And I ended up going home, right? And when I got home, I realized my keys were in Alex's house. And we live 30 minutes apart.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit, what do I do? And you know, I don't have my car now. So I'm like,
Yeah.
what do I do? Do I Uber all the way to her house, grab the keys and Uber back? And I'm like, no, because that's going to be the same cost as like
A locksmith.
a locksmith.
Right.
So the locksmith, he comes over the phone. He was like, yeah, it's only going to be like $75. I'm like, bet, like that's
Oh,
easy.
Yeah.
$75 turned into $200
No,
Wait,
when he got there because of the lock. It was like not the bottom lock, it was the top lock. So I'm like, fuck, you're here now. My maintenance man wasn't coming. So I'm like, yeah, just go do it. Just do it. I want to go out anyway. He takes the lock off and then he's like, well, that's it. I'm like, are you going to put the lock back on? He was like, no, that costs another
No, he did.
$100. So I was like, fuck that. This door is going to be unlocked all night. And I tried to like finesse it myself. And the next morning I'm like, not a good idea. So I called him back over to fix the lock. So it ended up being,
This guy could have done it.
no, my lease, I read my lease and it was like, if you have someone come and change the lock, you have to change it yourself. So I'm like, shit. And I was like, I'm going to do it myself. I'm not going to pay another $100. This started as a $75 thing and it's about to be $300-$400. My lock was so fucked up. Like you could see through the door. So I'm like, come fix it. Come fix it. So that's probably why I got fucked up the other night because I'm like, I just spent like $300 on a lock.
Oh hell.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. That was more than when I got my car towed.
Right.
That's insane. Just for
Insane.
him to unscrew
He like
some
drilled,
stuff.
he drilled
It was like-
into the lock.
So I hope you watched him. So then that way, if it ever happens
It's
again.
not going to happen again.
But if it does, that way you know what he did so you can just do it yourself
Right,
next
yeah.
time. Because
Yeah.
that's
Wait.
fucked up.
I'm like, bro, this started off at $75. I'll fix the lock myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing with the lock. I'm like, no, it's not gonna happen. It's not
That's
gonna happen.
insane.
So that all happened before I came out, and probably why I got fucked up.
Oh, because you were stressed.
was
I was
fun, though.
stressed. I had such a great time, and I wasn't too crazy, right?
No.
No.
No,
Okay,
but
good.
like at the end of the night, he was like, getting in Uber and going home, and he's like not feeling well. You could tell he was
At
having
all.
the spins.
Really?
I had the spins.
What
for
were you
sure.
drinking?
Everything.
Everything and anything.
We had
Oh, you were
tequila,
mixing.
vodka. We had
We.
weed. Like it was a lot.
Oh,
But I'm glad I didn't do anything crazy because I'm like, I can get crazy, you
That's
know.
funny.
So
yeah, I've never seen him that fucked up.
Silly guy.
But there was a reason behind that. My peak, we've been talking about my car a lot recently. And I think a couple of weeks ago, we talked about how I have a ticket and I probably have a warrant for my arrest. Remember we
Yeah.
were talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that?
yeah.
So in order for me to buy a new car, I need my license.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me just go to the DMV and pay this $800, $900 ticket so I could get a car. And I get there and it was like this guy from last time. Last time I seen him, kind of cute or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's looking through the computer and he's like, what am I doing? Am I taking a picture for you? And I'm like, no, I have like a long list of things I have to do before getting a license because I've never had a Washington one. I've always had a Rhode Island one. And he's like, nope, there's nothing on here.
Hell yeah.
There's nothing on here. Like, you're good to go. All you have to do is take the driving test. I'm like, yes! Like,
Oh, I love
because I thought
that.
the ticket was like $800-900. So I'm like dreading it. And now that I have the money, I'm like, let me just go do this so I can buy a car. So
yeah.
nope, I just have to do the driving test, like the written and the driving test.
That's
I scheduled
amazing.
it for the next 2 weeks, and I will have a brand new car.
Hell
in
yeah,
January.
you will.
January 5th. I'm so excited.
How are you
I
getting
love
it?
that.
CarMax or like through John.
Yeah.
Whatever's clever. I'm
Yeah.
like looking around.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna have a nice new car.
I
yeah.
I'm
love
excited.
that for
yeah,
you.
starting off the year with a brand new car. And
Woo!
I've just been
Hell
working
yeah.
so hard over the last like 2 months to like bounce back. So that was very exciting.
Good. I'm
love
happy for you.
that for
So that is my peak and my pit. What's good with you, Emelia?
Okay, so pit. I've just been having really bad anxiety lately. Like, it's been like a motherfucker.
What
I
do you
don't
do to help your anxiety?
cry it out in the shower. Literally, I don't really. I don't have any like coping mechanisms as of right now, because my old ones, I always feel like coping mechanisms are not forever coping mechanisms, if that makes sense.
It's for, like, the time
It's for
being.
the time being and what's gonna help you right then and there. So like my ones from last year are not working fucking this year, you know? So it's like I have to now find new ways, and it's mainly like anxiety over like health, and like I'm like, oh my God, I'm 29, I'm getting older. Oh my God, like I'm gonna die soon. Like, it's just weird shit like that.
Okay, but you've heard me say this before. So the quickest thing to get your body to like calm down
Yeah.
is just put your bare feet on the earth. Like, go outside, go in your backyard, put it on
Grounding.
grass, put it on dirt, and for a couple minutes,
Grass freaks me out.
then dirt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather
Earth.
feel like shit and anxiety? Because it recharges your body like so quickly.
Yeah, no, I definitely should do that. And I think there's another thing, I think why my anxiety is so bad is because I've been dealing with a lot of shit, you know,
Yeah.
so I think it's just
A
bubbling
culmination,
over
right.
into like in health issues
Well,
is
it's
the
super
easiest thing
important
to blame
like,
on.
pay attention and
Yeah.
like just make sure yourself is right.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of things, natural ways too, to make your anxiety like better, because
Yeah.
it does so much on your heart, and you don't have a good heart already. I mean, you do, but like you have a good heart, but like it's a stress. It has lots of stress on it already. So
Yeah.
and heart failure and whatever is the number one killer in women.
See, I don't want that.
So
I
take
don't
care
want
of yourself,
that.
take care of your anxiety and your stress, because it's only making it worse for what you're stressed out about and your health and dying and all of that.
I know. It's just one thing after a fucking another, I swear to God. But yeah, so that's my pit. My peak is that it's Christmas break for me after today. I get a couple days off,
Hell
which
yeah.
is gonna be nice. Tonight my son is doing his first ever overnight with his sperm donor.
Okay.
And
okay. Oh wow.
yeah, so
I'm sorry for your son, but
yeah,
whatever.
me too. But you know what? I'm excited that I get to have like alone time, and I get to be a grown up, like have zero responsibility as of tonight. You know what I mean?
It's the
Which
best.
is amazing.
So I'm like kind of excited a little bit.
Yes, enjoy it.
Yeah.
I know it's very stressful, I'm sure, but
Yes.
enjoy it because
Yeah.
you deserve it.
He'll be
Thank
back
you.
before you know it.
And he'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so you
yeah.
have one day to
Yeah,
like,
I gotta get him
Enjoy.
from the McDonald's.
I'm excited for you. Let me know how that goes.
enjoy your
Yeah,
time
I get to
off.
be out in the streets tonight.
Oh, in the street.
In the streets, honey.
I know that's right.
All right. Well, my pit, honestly, I couldn't think of a pit this week. I could not. I thought all day yesterday. This morning, I'm like, what could it be?
I have a pit for you.
What?
Us trying to find fucking parking during that goddamn photo shoot.
Yo.
That was fucked up.
We did have a photo shoot recently, and I'm sure you guys saw the picture if you follow us on social.
Yes.
But yeah, we had a photo shoot, all three of us, and it was downtown, and like literally me and Emelia, like she ended up behind me somehow.
Thank God. I
Yeah.
am so thankful that I did. I'm so serious. I was like, thank you, universe,
Right?
because I dead ass called her. I was like, can we just go home?
And I was like, I laughed. I'm like, no. Like,
No,
and
we
thank
have
God
to
we
do the
didn't,
photo.
because the pictures came out so good.
They did.
I was thinking about it later. I'm like, Emelia said, should we go home? I'm like, I bet she's happy that
But
we
how
didn't.
long did we drive?
We drove around for 30 minutes.
It was-
downtown, and like there should be parking garages on every freaking corner, and there wasn't for some reason.
No.
But we seriously had to drive around for 30 minutes. Finally found somewhere to park.
And this
$25 later, 25-minute walk later.
Yeah, and this girl drives like a bat out of fucking hell.
Yes,
Okay,
I love it.
Well, we were
so
late.
we were late, and I understand, but she dead ass took a fucking turn, and I was like, oh, guess we're taking a turn, and I was like, skirt.
Yeah, you got to be ready if you're
Oh
gonna
my!
follow
I
us.
was not ready
I
to
was
follow.
trying to be calm too.
Girl.
Trying to wait for you.
I tried. I love how you drive. I feel like I'm in a drug dealer's
She
car
drives with
like,
a yes.
when I was like 17, hanging out in the back seat, you know, that's how she drives.
She drives with a purpose, and she drives like a drug dealer. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
So that's my pit. Thanks for coming up with that for me, Amelia.
No problem.
My peak is I got a new tattoo, and I know Jess is gonna be mad
Yes.
because it wasn't from her.
Why not?
Why not? What?
Why didn't you go
What
to
was
Jess?
it?
Oh, well, because I went to this guy named Brandon. He tattooed my fingers a couple years ago, and I got a sphinx on my hip with some flower work, and it's not done. I still have another session to do. But the weird thing is, because I wanted a sphinx, and I told him that, and then 2 days later, I show up his house to get it, and he has a motherfucking sphinx as a pet.
As an
Oh,
animal.
wow.
And I was like, wait, what? And he was like, girl, you knew that. And I was like, I did? He was like, yeah, Kayla, his girlfriend, told you like a couple years ago. I'm like, I don't remember. Okay, because
Totally forgot.
Kayla told me, I asked
Yeah.
her, I guess, like, what's something cool that we, to know about you or whatever. And she said that she has a sphinx. And I didn't remember her saying that. It was on the radio when we were on the radio.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I don't remember what I did. I didn't remember what I did later on that day.
Yeah.
So,
Was it
but-
nice?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
She jumped up on me and oh my god, so sweet. So
So
I thought it
cute.
was the weirdest thing. Like they thought I was getting a sphinx because they had a sphinx.
Yeah.
I would
They're like, no, this
But
is
I'm
just
like,
a
no.
coinkydink.
Yeah.
I walked in, I was like, what?
That's
the
crazy.
fuck?
What did it feel like? A ball sack?
Oh, it was soft.
Really?
It was so
They're
soft.
like the hairless cats.
Yeah. But so sweet. This cat was so sweet. I'm like, I want 5.
Ooh.
Cat lady.
Yeah. I could see you
Just
having
sphinx
like 5.
because I'm very, very, very allergic to cats.
Oh,
and they're
but
dander.
yeah, and I think you can't be allergic to the naked ones.
Yeah, 'cause
so you
I
should get
held it.
those.
I want to, and it didn't give me any allergies, none.
Really?
And it doesn't matter. Like if I'm in a house that has a cat, but the cat's not even there, I will still be crazy.
Yeah.
And I was there for 4 hours, and I even held the cat, petted it, didn't even wash my hands, and I was fine.
And you were good.
So I'm like, yeah, I could for sure have a sphinx.
Okay. Well,
Oh.
Yeah. So that was my peak because I got a new tattoo on my hip, and it's pretty big, and I'm excited about that.
I love that.
But yeah, it's not fun getting a tattoo. It hurts.
No.
And
You didn't numb yourself?
no.
Neither do I, but
Take the
I'm gonna
pain.
start doing it.
And that's it. But it is time for Ask Alex and Bennett. What is the question this week?
So yeah, my best friend Jalen, she wrote in and she wants to know, Alex, how do you separate yourself from a toxic ex?
Ooh, I love
good
this
one.
question.
Yes.
What I found the easiest way, and I was forced to be in this situation, was just no contact. No contact. And block. And do not unblock. And do not cave. And do not text. And do not answer. Because I've noticed that when I could not have contact, it was a lot easier to get over. Something that I was like really heartbroken about.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it like if I could have contact, because we cannot have contact. If we could have contact, it would not be over for
Right.
me. Like
You
my
would've
heart
hit
would
him
still
up.
be. Yeah. So I thought about it a lot, and I think it's really the no contact is so important. What do you think, Bennett?
Difficult. Non-contact is like really difficult, especially if you're not forced into it, you know?
Right.
I've been on the go around like 6 times with my ex, and like I definitely agree. Like making sure that you're not contacting them because it just opens new doors. You feel me? Like if I
And it keeps like the cycle going, right? It's like the toxic cycle where you allow them back in, and then it's just only a matter of time before it happens again, before
Yeah.
you break up, whatever, they leave. And then, yeah, the no contact. So you haven't had contact with your ex
No.
for how long?
month or 2,
It's been
maybe like
at
a month
least
and a
almost-
half.
yeah.
Almost 2 months.
And how do you feel?
I feel great.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like out of mind, out of sight. You feel me?
Right? It's like the first few days is probably really hard. Or if they reach out to you, you're going to want to respond. But it's super important that if you know that they're toxic and you want to get away, just to not cave.
Yeah, it's kind of like a crack addict. You have to like not be around the crack
Yeah.
or the people that were involved with you during that crack-ish
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
Like you really have to go cold turkey off of that if you want to be clean from that toxic
There's
person.
been many times where like you open that communication and it like snowballs into something else. So you
Yeah.
snowball until you come into my crib. And it's like,
Exactly.
okay, this is not what we're supposed to be doing at all.
Yep.
Yep.
And then you just fall back into old habits, and then everything that was toxic just gets pushed under the rug. It doesn't get actually cleaned.
Yes.
It just gets pushed under the rug, and you think it's fine until all of a sudden you're like, damn, what is this? This pile is huge under this rug, and you lift it up and you're like, oh damn, nothing,
fuck?
nothing ever got fixed.
There it is again.
You know what they say? To get over an ex, get under someone else.
Yeah.
Yes.
that's not always true.
Well, that's what happened for me. I cheated on my ex.
Oh, you did?
Oh,
And it
fuck
made you get
yeah.
over him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, because I left him.
Well, yeah, but you wanted to, like,
I
but you weren't
I
heartbroken
mean,
about it.
No, I was heartbroken over the fact that everything was a lie.
Right.
And I was heartbroken over what I thought
Yeah.
we were going to have.
Yes.
But I was not heartbroken over that person because realistically that person was like a 3 on a good day. And I should have never lowered my standards to that.
You live and learn. Okay?
Yeah, you live and you learn. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you guys have a question you want us to answer, then hit us up on Instagram at ResilientAF3, and then maybe we'll shout you out and answer your question. Okay, so it's that time of the week where we have our resilient guest, and this week, her name is Kitaka, and she's going to talk about some health issues that she's had that started a while back. But I know Kitaka from back in like 2007 or something. We used to work together, but I hadn't seen her for a very long time. And then we ran into each other at the W recently, and we met up, and she was, catching me up on things, and I was just really blown away at like the things that she has gone through since I haven't seen her. And I was like, girl, you have to be on the podcast. So here she is.
Yes.
And I'm going to hand the mic over to her, and she's going to start telling us about her resilience.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Thanks for being here.
Awesome. Yeah, I've been through a lot. And I want to say it started, like back when I got pregnant. And my pregnancy was fine.
What year was that?
2009. I got pregnant in 2009. And I've never had any health issues. I've been really athletic. I've always been kind of into like healthy eating and that kind of thing. So yeah, I got pregnant, and right after I gave birth, I thought I had the worst postpartum or whatever. I was super tired. I couldn't even hold my baby. My joints hurt so bad. And I just was laying there like, this sucks. Is this what women go through? Like, it was awful. And my other friends would pop up after having babies, like after a week. And I was like laid up for real. So I have this friend that was like, she was a medical assistant. And I was asking her about my symptoms. And I swear she's always spot on, like every single time. So she was like, you sound like you have rheumatoid arthritis. So I was like, okay, bet. So I go into the office and they're like, no, you don't have that, but let's test you. Girl, come up with lupus. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but at least I had an answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like why I was so tired, why I can't get up and, feed my baby. I was struggling. And I did everything that I need to do, but DJ struggles for real.
Could you explain exactly what lupus is?
Yes, it's an autoimmune disease. So my cousin has it. So it wasn't foreign to me, but it's almost like it's nothing. Like I look like this, but I feel like crap.
Does it run in the family? Like, how does it happen?
Yeah, they said I've always had it. It was
Okay.
dormant in my body.
Okay.
And so since being pregnant, it just came out from, your hormones are upside down. And so
Okay.
it just came out. But, honestly, like I've researched a lot about this, and I think it's something else. I think it was hormone imbalance, but I think we were, it's prone to women.
Yeah.
And especially Black women.
Okay.
And there's got to be something to that, And so I'm looking into that and trying to figure it out. My cousin died trying to figure it out too.
God.
Yeah. So I thought I was over. No, for real. Like,
Yeah,
I
because
thought
you were having the same symptoms that she was.
I had exactly the same thing she had. That's exactly what I had.
What were your symptoms?
So like at first it was like really stiff joints, and
Okay.
it felt like working out and you're just super sore the next day. But it was
damn.
every single day. I couldn't go up the stairs. I looked like an 80-year-old woman, and I was 30.
And she couldn't hold her baby.
Could not hold my baby. People have to hand him to me, and I would just hold him, cradle him in my arms. I would pump, and just my husband would take care of him, and my mother-in-law. I didn't take care of my baby.
Yeah. Oh
It was
my
so
God.
sad.
That is,
It
though.
was so sad. And being a first-time mom, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's supposed to be right and
Yeah.
wrong. And so they told me I have lupus. I'm like, okay, bet. So immediately they put me on meds. So now I can't breastfeed. Luckily, I was a good breastfeeder. So I had frozen breast milk. So he was able to still feed, but only for 5 months. It wasn't
Yeah.
like a long time.
Still though, that's
Right.
great.
Well, God bless me with that one, because
Yeah.
I was gonna give it away. Had so much breast milk, I couldn't freeze it. So I was like, where can I put it?
Yeah.
There's donations you can give to the hospital for babies that don't have.
Right.
So I was getting ready to give it away.
Yeah.
And so God was like, no, you're gonna need that.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Right. Don't give it away. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So okay. So now I have lupus. Okay, great. Not great, but I have it. So, just a lot of doctor visits, and I was living fine with it. I'd have really sleepy days. I was tired 24/7. I would sleep 10 hours and still be tired. Like, I'm like, this life sucks. Like, I didn't go nowhere because I'm tired, know?
Yeah.
And I have a new baby. So it's like my focus was my child, and trying to survive.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I was working at the time. I did hair, and so I was teaching at a cosmetology school.
Oh my God. I can only imagine. Not only did you just put your body through basically like a blender by
Yes.
having a baby,
Absolutely.
but then you have lupus, and then you're doing hair on top of that, which is already like
Girl.
fucked up in itself because you're like having to be on your feet 24/7.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
wild.
So I would go to work on medication.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like I could not function. Okay.
Yeah.
And I was at work for 5 hours and my medication only lasts 4 hours, right? So I was like, okay, that last hour, I'm just power it out. It got to the point where my students were like, are you okay? And I'm like, am I walking funny? Because like my knees, my hips, everything would hurt. And you're always using your arms, your hands. So I knew it was over when I almost dropped a curling iron on a girl trying to show her how to use it. And I was like, period, I'm done.
So
Like,
you couldn't even like clench your
I couldn't
hands
open
together?
doors. I couldn't open the faucet. I couldn't listen. I would take my son to preschool and I couldn't open his 5-point harness.
Oh,
the
yeah,
button
yeah,
that you have
yeah.
to push. The teachers would have to come out, unbuckle him, and let him out. I was like, thank you.
Is there like medication that you could take that will like give you energy?
Energy, no. They just like suppress the symptoms. So my joint pain, I had pain meds. I was on hydrochloroquine, which is for lupus.
Okay.
So it takes a while to kick in. I don't know exactly what it does. It's supposed to suppress the symptoms, but I was symptomatic like a mug, like for real. So it was just all foreign to me, but I'm a go-getter. So I'm like pushing through, like it's nothing, right? It sucks, but like I got stuff to do. I got a child, I have a job, let's do it,
Right.
So you put on a face, make yourself pretty, and you walk out the door. So it got to the point where, okay, I need to quit, right? So I stopped working and I'm at home. My symptoms get worse.
Oh, wow.
Okay, over the years, they get worse. Then they're like, you're going into kidney failure. And this is common. The lupus attacks its own self, okay? And so this just happened to attack my kidneys. So same thing happened to my cousin. So I'm like, oh, I'm really going out the door, which I'm fine with. It's just, I have a child and I don't want him to go through that, know? And I was pushing to stay alive. So I was on everybody's listen, my pain pill regimen, I was going to a pain clinic to get these meds.
Oh, wow.
Like I was doped up.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know because I was still in pain.
Yeah.
Like I'm taking these
Wow.
pills and I was still in pain. So I'm just getting by. And then I started to read what these medications do to your body.
Yeah.
And I was
Side
like,
effects.
yo,
And what are they?
like addictive. Like I was
Oh,
on
yeah.
morphine.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
on whatever that medicine they give you for heroin addicts trying to get off of it.
Yes.
Suboxone.
I was on everything. When I tell you, it was because I was like, I'm still in pain. They're like, try this.
Oh my
Try
gosh.
this. And then Washington State crashed and lost their license for pain pills.
What?
So every pain clinic closed.
I didn't
When
know.
was this?
Yeah.
Yo, I don't know what people did.
Oh, they're fucked up.
I don't know what people did.
They got addicted.
Oh my
but
God.
We're already addicted.
I know.
Because we're on it. And literally, I didn't think I was an addictive personality. I don't have an addictive personality. But my body was like, girl, it's about that time. And I'd look at the clock like, oh, I'm in pain. Oh, yep, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Like that's how it
yeah.
that's how it is.
And you didn't even know.
Nope.
Wait, so how long ago did they lose their license? Washington.
Ooh, it was a while.
Okay. I never heard that.
Yeah. Somebody messed up.
Damn.
Yeah, and all the pain clinics closed. So like my doctor was like, "Don't worry," because I'm worried now because I can't live
Yeah.
without them.
Yeah.
like I can't live without pain pills,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like, "What am I gonna do?" And my doctor was like, "I got you, no problem," because she knew who I was, she knew my symptoms, she knew what I was all about, So, but I was reading about it, like, do I need these? And the stuff they had me on, I was like, absolutely not. I had the worst withdrawal symptoms.
Ooh.
Bad.
What were they?
I had sciatic pain, just fiery pain. My body was
Insane.
saying, I need medicine.
Whoa.
It's bad. So,
Wow.
How long did that go on for where you were like not getting the medication that you
oh,
needed?
like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And
But
they-
like that
wow.
2 weeks felt like
Holy crap.
Ages.
for real.
Forever.
Oh, I bet. And they were just giving it to you?
Oh, yeah.
Which, okay, so I'm honestly really surprised that they were giving it to you so willy-nilly like that because being a person of color
Oh, I
as
know.
well,
Okay.
they're very stingy when it
Yes.
comes to our health care.
Real talk.
So I am very surprised that
Okay,
they took
let
care
me
of you.
explain. It was okay when I was in the pain clinic.
Okay.
They give that stuff out like candy.
Okay.
Once those pain clinics closed,
And then the doctors.
and then the
stepped in.
doctors have to give it to me.
Are you serious?
So women of color, there's statistics that show that they die more giving birth and die more just in general with healthcare because they say that they think that our pain tolerance is higher or whatever. Like they just don't take care of us the same as they take care of like Caucasian people.
That's fucked up.
You know what I think it is? It's not that we have a higher pain tolerance. I think it takes more to deal with the same pain. So like we look like seekers because we need more to get to that pain threshold. Like we need a little bit more to get on top. Like I can't tell you how many times I've been in the hospital and they ask me, are you in pain? And I would say like a 10 because I need you to give me medicine to, like, I played the game.
Yeah.
I knew what it was
Yep.
and I played the game because they do not give out medicine.
Whoa.
You're fine, take Tylenol.
Yeah.
What?
When I tell you Tylenol does nothing for me, like, no. And we shouldn't be taking Advil, period. It kills your kidneys. And I was eating Advil like 10 at a time because I was in so much pain.
Whoa.
And that is the word. If your doctor says to take Advil, like just read it. It tells you on the little paper.
Yeah.
The, like, side of the bottle.
Like don't take Advil because it's going to kill your kidneys. And like the kidney statistics, like how many people are on dialysis and kidney failure blows my mind. And it's preventable. We just don't test for it.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But anyway, so I get diagnosed with lupus. Okay, so now I'm going into kidney failure. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
So anyway, it got to the point where I'm laid up in beds for 2-3 weeks, okay, in the bed, can barely move, no energy, not eating. I was so thin, and I went to the hospital. And they're like, there's nothing else we can do for you. You have to get on dialysis. And I was really trying to prevent that because like dialysis is not the truth.
Right. Because it like hurt your heart.
It does. And
What
they
is
don't
it?
tell you that. Yeah. Dialysis just does the job of your kidney. So your kidney's failing. They put you up to this machine. It pretty much drains your blood. It cleans it because your kidney detoxifies yourself, you know? So you're basically taking out the toxins through this machine. You have to go every other day. I went 3 times a week for 3 hours. And when you have a son, you have a family, you have a job. I didn't have a job, but you know, you're busy. And to take 3 hours, mainly like 4 hours because you got to drive and, you know, out of your day but you have to.
Right.
It's like survival. So I did it, you know, and then they put me on home dialysis, which, okay, great, because dialysis in the clinic is actually hard on your heart. And a lot of people can't get transplants because they're on dialysis so long. It's hard on your heart. And if you can't do surgery, then you're not gonna, you know, it's killing your heart. So if you can't do surgery, you're not getting a kidney either.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
it's just a vicious cycle. It's awful. So then, you know, I'm laid up and they put me on home dialysis, which was better because I could be home and I did it at the nighttime. You know, I did it from 8 and I had to get on at 8 because I had to be off at 6 because I had to take my son to school. So I didn't go nowhere. Like Friday night, you want to hang out? No, I can't, you know. So sad.
At home dialysis, did you have to do it every day opposed to the 3 times a week?
Right. Yep.
That's what you said.
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for one day. I think I took a day off, like Sunday or something. So Sunday would be a day I could like go somewhere, but like who goes anywhere on Sundays? But anyway.
How are you mentally during all of this? Because you're talking about this and you're just like very chill, like, you know, happy, whatever. I'm getting anxiety right now.
Really?
Health stuff freaks me the
Yeah.
fuck out. Like she knows this. Like I can't. Last week we had someone on that was talking about dying from drinking too much water. I started thinking I was going to die. Like I'm a freak, okay? But like, how are you not?
You know what? I don't know. I just took it and was like, all right, let's do this.
You didn't think you were going to die or anything?
Oh yeah,
She
but I
did.
was okay with it. Yeah, I was like
How is
How?
that? How do you get to that point where you're
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
I'm okay with
because
this. Like, this is how I go.
right. It's fine. Well, it's like we're gonna go anyway. This just might be my way, you know. And so I'm like, okay, I know where I'm going. I'm going to heaven. It's fine, you know. I didn't know I was gonna go out with lupus, but you know what I'm saying, like kidney failure. But I was really fighting because of my son. You know, had it not been for my son, that was the reason of really pushing through.
Yeah.
You know, for him. And I don't want him to have to be like, my mom died when I was 8. My mom died when I was
Right.
10. You know,
Yeah.
like that sucks. You know, I didn't grow up with a mom. So, he would have his dad, but it's like you have something missing.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know, I just had a spiritual walk. I stayed encouraged. I have a lot of friends. I had a lot of support. I was really fortunate. Really, I was. People would pop up at my house. It got to the point where, like, when my kidneys were failing, I was blowing up of fluid because I couldn't pee it out. I wasn't. You couldn't recognize me. I couldn't wear my clothes. I was so big. I was 200 pounds. But yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, and she's normally like this.
I was 173 pregnant when I gave
Wow.
birth. So I've never been in the 200s, like ever,
And
ever,
that was
ever.
just from fluid that could
Fluid
not
retention. Yeah.
Oh,
then
so
it
you were
built up around my
puffy.
heart and I had to go to the I felt like I had a heart attack. I'm out. Like, I was convinced it's over. It's over right now. You know what I'm saying? I was like, and it hurt so bad. And then it just stopped. And I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. My husband was like, get your butt in the hospital.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm good. Because hospitals suck. When I tell you, going to the hospital is not the answer. We need it for emergencies, but like,
No, that's totally how I feel. Unless my arm is like dangling off of
Right.
my fucking body, I
Right.
am going to not go to the hospital
Right.
as much as I can.
that's why I
hate
started
the hospitals.
researching and like finding remedies, holistic remedies. I think that's why I was able to stay off dialysis so long. Is
Really?
because I was drinking, was it cilantro and parsley tea? And when I tell you, no, it's not good. No.
Okay.
It sounds like, it tastes like grass.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't even like cilantro. But I was eating it. I was drinking it for my kidney, like
Yeah.
to help my body.
Yeah.
And I think I prolonged it just by being good to my body. I was juicing so much.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I really dove into like the holistic, the natural.
Love that.
Were you doing
care.
like ginger?
Oh, all of
and-
it.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Okay.
had to because I'm like, okay, I'm here. Let's do this. What can I do? And the doctors don't tell you.
No.
I asked nutritionists. I had 2 nutritionists
Yeah.
specifically for kidney care.
Yeah,
And she was
okay.
telling me, have cheese. You need Girl, bye. What?
No, isn't that so bad
Eat
for you?
meat. You need more meat, protein. Animal protein
What?
is the worst for your kidneys.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Whoa.
It's bad. I was vegan. I was raw vegan. I was juicing every day. It was tough. I don't know. Actually, like if I were to do that right now, I think I would struggle. But for some reason, I was able to do it.
Well, because you
was
needed
trying to
to do it. You're
Yes.
trying to survive.
I was trying
yeah.
to survive.
Yeah.
And something came over me and I had the support and I was like, yep, this is what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's like, are you going to just lay down and die or are you going to fight?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm a fighter. Like, let's do it. Like, I'm a problem solver. You know, it's like you have a problem. I'm not going to talk about it too much. Like, let's talk about the solution.
Right.
Okay, so you're saying like you are trying to get through this, obviously, and it's really stressful. You said you had a village around you. You say that you're married. How was that though on your marriage at the time?
You know, now that I'm looking back, okay, at the time going through it, I knew he was stressed out. He isn't good with like emergency situations. So he was angry a lot. He was depressed a lot, more than me. I was like, wait a minute, you know?
Yeah.
But he dealt with the process different, but I didn't really notice because I was so focused on myself. It sounds selfish, but like I was trying to survive and figure out what to do for my life, you know? And then the other half of me was trying to support my son and make sure he was okay because and you know, looking back, he's like, you were sick? Oh yeah, okay. Because I did everything for him, you know? I tried to make life normal.
He barely remembers.
Barely. I show him pictures. He's like, Mom. I was like, you don't remember this? He was like, no.
Really?
My face doesn't look like this.
How
back
old
then.
is he now?
Oh, he's 13 now.
Okay.
But his whole life I've been sick.
Yeah.
Since he was born.
Yeah.
You know? So my husband, he was angry. He didn't know what to do. He kind of shut down. He tried to be supportive, but he's not really a caregiver, you know? So that's why I'm so glad I had a tribe.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, take care of her. Do what you got to do. You know, he'll get me anything I need. But when I was sick, I didn't know what I needed. You know, I'm hungry. Feed me what you want. I don't know. My brain doesn't work. I
Yeah.
don't, you know, like, it got to the point, like, I just needed water. Like, can you just make sure I have water? But he was so stressed out. He was downstairs like, what? My son
Yeah.
would come check on me though. So it was nice that, you know, it brought out a side of him. I know I'm going to cry. I just can't believe he like stepped up like
Yeah.
that, you know? So I'm glad I had him, you know, because maybe this is going to all work out to be something, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is yet, but it's interesting that we, you know, when me and my husband got married, we didn't know I was going to be sick. You know, when you get married, you don't know anything's going to really happen. Somebody going to die, somebody going to get sick. You don't know that. You just, oh, I love you. Let's get married. Yay. You know, and then I get sick and I feel bad because our marriage isn't great right now. And I don't know. I feel bad because he tried to take care of me. He didn't leave me. I've seen other people, their husbands leave or the wife leaves because I can't take it. You got Bell's palsy or you're paralyzed, you know? And I kind of was, you know, I wasn't working. I wasn't any of that. So we're at the stage now because I just got well, you know, within the last year or so. So it's like we're trying to figure out what life looks like now.
And kind of falling in love with each other over again.
Yeah, it has to be that. You know, we're not there yet.
Yeah. No, and it takes, I mean, I think even with any marriage, I've never been married, so I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. But, you know, I think with any relationship or marriage, I think it does start to get to a point where you kind of have to re-fall in love and you have to choose, like, am I going to break up with you or am I going to choose to fight for this and we're going to figure out a way how we can continue this marriage or relationship or whatever.
It's really crazy because there was red flags even when I was sick, but I didn't have enough in me to fight.
Yeah.
What do you mean red flags? Like what type?
My husband is an alcoholic. Like period.
Yeah.
You know? And in the stressful situations, that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
But
Was he like that before? Was he? Oh, okay.
It just got worse.
It got
It
worse.
did.
Yeah.
So he just doesn't handle
no stress.
stress well at all. That's his
No.
coping mechanism.
Yes, for sure.
Which-
it's in his family, so I mean, I'm
Which
not
for you
surprised.
at the time, I can only imagine was probably like you're trying to take care of yourself, you're worried about your son, and then now you have to worry about someone else too
Yeah,
and how
yeah.
they're coping with
Yeah.
you being sick,
Yeah.
which you can't help, you know? So I can only imagine what was going on in your head at the time.
I don't
a
think.
lot.
Yeah, it really is a lot. I don't think I had to make a choice, and he was not my priority.
Yeah.
I was,
Yeah,
Right.
rightfully so.
and
you
it
had
sounds
to be.
so selfish, but like I hate saying like, oh, I'm the priority. It was about me. It was about survival.
Right.
And I was trying to survive for my son. It was for him. And so
I want you to know it does not sound selfish though. And you think about it this way, when you're on an airplane, what do they tell you? Make sure you put your mask on first
Yeah.
before you focus on anybody else. And it's like that in everyday life. In order for you to take care of others, AKA your son or, you know, even your husband, you had to make sure you were good first because what good would you be if you were dead?
right.
So
Yeah.
you're not selfish.
Thank you.
What's the status of your lupus and kidneys now?
Okay,
I know you said that
so-
like you guys are on a new chapter and things.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yes. So my lupus is quiet. So I was put on a transplant list and
For
they-
kidneys.
Yeah, for kidneys.
wow.
So they said I had 6 years.
And that was how long ago?
4 years ago, maybe?
Okay, yeah. So you got put on the list 4 years ago.
Yeah. So they told me 6 years.
And then yeah, that process was interesting when you explained that. So it was like when they would call you and stuff.
Yeah. So, okay, they told me 6 years. I knew I wasn't getting the kidney because my cousin waited 4 years and couldn't get a kidney because she had heart failure and died. So I'm thinking, I'm not getting a kidney. So 6 years.
Did you get 2 or 1
what?
kidneys?
1?
You just got 1.
So
You
the
only need
kidneys-
one, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I
you
was-
have 2 kidneys.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And you only need 1 to function.
Right.
If
Okay,
one of your kidneys fails, you have another one. So you'd be fine.
Okay.
But like when they transplant, it's just 1. Why don't they give you 2? That's a good
Yeah, that
question.
is, yeah.
You only need one.
Wait a
Well,
minute.
because
need
the
'em.
thing is, though, because someone needs. So, like, let's
Yeah.
say you gave her a kidney,
Yeah.
you still need
But,
one.
yeah,
but,
yeah.
but for donors though. For
Oh,
donors.
okay. So
but
mine
when
was
did
a
we-
deceased owner.
Yeah,
donor.
so
Oh, they were
Yeah.
dead. All
Yeah.
right.
Right. And you don't want to give
Oh.
both because like you only need one.
Yeah.
And people need
And I guess
kidneys.
it's sharing is caring. So.
Right? Sharing's caring. Like, look how long the list is.
Don't be greedy.
Yeah.
Like, girl.
God don't like ugly.
Right.
So.
Not at all. And I'm too cute for that. So, no. Yeah. So for 6 years. So I was like, okay. So I'm on the list, and as soon as I get on the list, I'm getting a call like every other month. If not every month, it's every other month. But it's like for secondary. So they call you, okay, you're secondary, and I'm like, okay. And it's pretty much like if the first person doesn't get the kidney, if they're sick, if they can't get it, if they can't get to the hospital in time, they go to secondary. And so they're telling me like, if this person doesn't take the kidney, we need you available. Okay, period. So I never went in. Okay, fine.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up of them to call
Oh
you
God,
and get you like
you get
excited.
so anxious, and they're like, my
Yeah.
first couple, like 2 or 3, I was like, oh my God, they just called me for a kidney. Wait, not a kidney. I'm shut up, Kitaka. You know,
Yeah,
that's have a seat. But yeah, it was. But I was happy that I was actually getting calls though.
Okay,
Because they
yeah.
told me 6 years, and so I'm getting calls right away.
Yeah.
And it's not like a first come first serve. It's if the kidney matches you. And I went to UW, and UW is like excellent. Like their success rate is like up in the 90s, like 98%, I want to say.
Damn.
So they're really careful. Like all the antibodies have to match, the blood type, all that. I don't know the details, but yeah.
Yeah.
But at one point, I got a brain virus, and I went blind. Not blind, but like I couldn't see.
Fuck.
What? While waiting for the
Yo,
kidney.
listen, like I don't even know like why.
You went blind.
I could not, like I
She's
wear glasses.
fucking up my anxiety right now.
Right.
Like, holy shit.
I just woke up and I couldn't see.
That's fucked
And I'm
up.
like, I wear contacts.
Did
I'm like,
you,
let me take
like-
them out. Let me put my glasses on. Nope, still can't see. I was like
Like at all.
I couldn't see you standing in front of me.
Oh my god.
Did you like touch something that you like? How did you?
So she goes to
actually
the
don't
hospital.
even. I can't. Yeah,
Right.
don't. I'm
It's
gonna
just-
freak out.
So I go to the walk-in clinic, like I can't see.
Go to the walk-in and you're blind.
Right. You know that and I can't drive, you know, so I'm calling people to come take me. So they, you know, that grid with the letters on it, they'd be like, read line 1.
Yeah.
You know the big E at the top? Yeah, I knew it was there, but I can't see that.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, wrote his notes.
Oh my god.
yeah,
my
blind.
gosh.
Period.
So what happened with that? What was it?
That must have
So-
been scary. You're probably like, what the
Well,
fuck?
I get the scan, so they sending me to the hospital now. And they're like, there's something on your brain. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Because I got lupus and kidney failure, so you telling me what? You know?
What else?
Right. So I'm like, of course. I'm always like, of course I have, of course something happens,
Yeah.
you know? So they take me off the kidney list. So I'm
Oh,
like, yeah.
no.
So I'm on pause, which means I cannot get a kidney
because of the virus.
because
on
the
your
virus
brain.
in my head. So I had a scan. It's like a, I don't know, I ain't no doctor, but I saw it. It
Yeah.
looked like a quarter size something.
Crazy.
Mass. I'm like, am I about to die? Is this what I'm about to do? You know, I can't see. But they were like, we'll just see. I'm sorry, what? We'll just see what? Like if I die?
Yeah.
Right. But it went away.
Thank God.
How long?
Like a month. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
So you were blind for a month.
I just couldn't see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just.
Oh my
I
goodness.
just
How do
couldn't
you?
see. No big deal.
Yeah,
it was like Stevie Wonder. No big
I'm
deal.
losing my
The
kidneys.
fuck?
I can't see. It's
Right.
fine.
It's fine.
No.
Like, okay,
and
so
you
the-
were just like, okay. Did you have like a walking? Oh no, you were in bed at this point.
Yeah, I laid in bed anyway.
Oh my god, you
So-
poor thing.
So then you were put back on the list.
So after I got cleared, girl, I had to go to MS clinics because this virus only happens to people that have MS. And so I had to go to MS clinic to get cleared, and the doctor's looking at me like I'm just walking in. Everybody's in wheelchairs and
Like walkers. and
walkers,
canes.
all that. And he's like, "Why are you here? Period. Like, why am I here?"
Yeah.
It just went away. Thank God.
Yeah,
Thank
for real.
God.
Wow.
For
Did you
sure.
just wake up and it was
It
gone?
was a gradual, like it just started to get better.
And the
Oh
mass
my
on your
God.
brain,
Yeah.
that went away as well.
Yeah, like my vision got better. The mask went away.
Okay.
Did you ever
Oh
get a
my
scan
God.
again to see if it was
Yeah.
there? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was just
So
gone.
then you got put back on the list.
So I got put back on the list. I'm
Now,
still
do you
home
have to like go
dialysis.
to the end of the list now that you were taken off, or
No,
they put
I
you
was
back
on
where you were?
pause. Like they said, I would hold my spot.
Okay.
I would accrue time, but I just can't get calls, so I can't get
Okay.
a kidney. So I had actually got a call during the time that I had this. It's called, I don't know, I forgot. It has initials because it's a really long name. And I told them, they're like, oh, yeah, the surgeon said you can't have that until you have to get rid of that before you have a kidney. And I was like, okay. I didn't think it was that serious, but I guess it is a serious virus. Anyway,
Damn.
it went away. I didn't have it. I don't have it. I don't know what it was. They don't know what it was.
Oh
They
my
misdiagnosed me, but I went through all the loops to get through it. So it's fine. I can
Okay.
see now.
Yeah.
I'm back on dialysis at home. And then finally I was like, fine, I'm gonna go on vacation. So we go to Vegas. I bring all my machines. I send all my fluids to, because we're staying a week. And they're heavy boxes, right? Of fluid that I have to flush through my body and clean. So I send it all to Vegas. I have my machine there. I'm dialyzing every day. Day 3, I get a call and they're like, you're primary, we need you here. And I'm like, okay. I hang up and I'm like, they've been trying to call me. They're calling all my husband. They called my in-laws.
And you guys are
we're
in Vegas.
We're on vacation. So I'm like, whatever. And I put the phone down and I'm like, okay. She calls back and she's like, pretty much, I swear she was black. She was like, bitch, you better get here. I was like, she didn't say that, but she had that tone like, girl, I knew she was black. I was like, oh,
Girl,
okay. Like,
get over here. You don't waste no
Right.
time.
So literally I was on vacation and had to stop my vacation, fly home, straight to the hospital, straight to UW. They admitted me right away and I got a kidney.
Wow.
So
Hey.
What day was
Wow.
It was on a Friday. Let me not lie. July 1st, I got a kidney.
Okay.
Wow.
22.
Yeah, 22 last year. Just last year, you guys.
Yeah, 22.
Oh, you just got a new kidney.
I mean, it's been a year and a half, but yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh my God.
And then in January.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I get
Oh,
the
Lord,
kidney.
there's more?
I know.
Oh my God.
There's more.
Wait. Oh, yeah. So I
Anxiety
get this
so
kidney.
bad.
I'm good. I'm Gucci. I'm healing. Listen, surgery is no joke, but I heal. I have this kidney. I'm feeling great. I was waking up like, this is what normal people feel like.
Oh, I bet.
I forgot what it felt like to not be sick.
Yeah.
So I get up, and then one day, I'm 6 months in, right? And one day I get like a cold, like I feel like I'm getting a cold. Now I'm on meds that suppress your immune system.
Okay.
So I can get colds really easy.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't drink after people. If you got a cough, deuces, I'm not trying to be around you.
Okay.
But normally I don't get sick. So it was weird that I was getting these like deep things like this brain virus. And so I go and I'm sick, right? I'm peeing blood at this point.
Jesus Christ.
So I was like, I guess I should go in. You
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah.
I go in to Providence. Girl, check this out. So I go to Providence, 5 days there. They don't know what's wrong with me. They send me home. Peeing blood.
Oh, wow.
What do you mean Providence? Like the
Wait.
The hospital?
Oh yeah. Okay.
The hospital Providence?
I'm from
Yeah.
Providence, Rhode Island. So I'm like, if
Oh,
you went to
yeah,
Rhode Island.
No, not all the way there, but
Okay.
yeah. So hospitals are nothing to me because 2020, I was in the hospital every other month. So
Right.
being there is nothing, right? So I'm thinking I'm gonna be there for a minute because every time I'm there for a minute. So I go to Providence and I'm staying there. I'm itty bitty. I'm teeny tiny. I'm not eating. I'm peeing blood. It hurts so bad.
My goodness.
I have cold symptoms. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm weak. And so I go in and they're like, okay, they admit me, but they do all these tests. You don't have COVID. You don't have flu. You don't have blah, blah, blah. I know. I was peeing and it was hurting, so they thought I had a UTI. I've never had a UTI, so I don't know what you're talking about, but okay, test for it. I don't have a UTI. You don't have a bladder infection. They don't know what's wrong with you. Have a nice day. Go home.
Okay, Providence and I have beef anyway, and I know that they did that to you
Yes.
because Providence sucks. They
So
really do.
The doctor comes in and tells me, okay, you can go home. There's nothing wrong with you.
And it's like, I am peeing blood.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you
Like,
mean?
What? Oh. And I said, okay. And the nurse whispered to me, you do not have to go home. I'm in tears at this point because I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm hurting. I'm peeing blood. I don't know what's wrong with me. And I have a kidney transplant that I just got 6 months ago.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you're like, I'm supposed to be done with this,
Right.
like with this new kidney.
Right. I was like, of course, I'm back in the hospital. Of course.
Yeah.
I get everything, right? It's fine. So the nurse is like, you don't have to leave. But why would I want to stay here when they don't want to take care of me?
Right.
So I was like, nope. So I call my kidney coordinator and she was like, you need to come in tomorrow. And I'm thinking, yep. So it's a journey though, because I'm in so much pain. I'm so weak. I'm so everything. I get there and immediately my doctor comes in and was like, do you think you need to be admitted? And I was like, yes. She's like, yep. Puts me on a gurney and I'm in the hospital.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I tell you this team, like UW is a learning hospital. So that's why I love all these minds working on the same person is amazing. You know, the collaboration. And so my disease, oh God, what they call the disease team, infectious and disease team. He walked in, he looked young too. He walked in, he was like, I think it's this, but I have to double check. I have to do all these blood tests and blah, blah, blah. He did a nose swab. He was like, okay, I'm 99% sure it is what it is, but I still have to wait for the blood test. And I was like, I feel more safe with this young cat that was trying to figure me out than going to Providence.
Hell
And he was
yeah.
like, bye, I don't know what it is,
Yeah, that's-
you know?
It's ridiculous.
Crazy.
Like he didn't refer me anywhere.
That's
He wasn't
insane.
concerned I was peeing blood. And when I tell you, it wasn't pink. It was red.
That's just
red.
disheartening.
Red. Like candy apple red.
Wow.
It
Because
was
they
not-
can't figure it out. They're like, there's nothing wrong. That's
I know,
it.
you're fine. And like being a black woman, I already know what it is. So I'm not staying here.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, so go to UW. And I didn't go to UW first because it's farther.
Right.
And so I was like, let me just go in here real quick and get it done.
For sure.
And go home. But it wasn't quick. So anyway, I stayed there for a couple days. I have a rare kidney virus
Jesus
that nobody gets
Yeah.
except for Kitaka.
God.
And that lasted for how long?
Yo, like 3 weeks because they didn't want to give me the medicine because the medicine that they give for this kills your kidneys.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. So you were like in a catch 22.
Right. So they're trying to figure out like, how do we give you this medicine without killing you, you know?
Yeah.
So I was fevering day and night. Like I was sweating like a mug. Like I'd have the fan on me and then I need hot packs on me. And then I put ice packs on myself and then I'd put hot packs on me. It was round the clock. I was, and then they want me to eat. And I'm like, eat what? I'm tired. I don't want to eat.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you need to drink more fluids. I'm like,
I don't want to. I'm peeing blood.
Right. And it's painful. So I don't want to pee.
Yeah.
And then it
Why
got
did
to
they
the
give you a
point.
catheter?
Okay, so you can only have a catheter for like a couple days.
Okay.
Because maybe you could get an infection.
Okay.
So usually when you have a catheter, it's not forever. It's
I got
just
you.
like a couple days.
Well, you're gonna say something.
But yeah, so I was incontinent, so I couldn't hold my pee. So I had to wear a diaper, and I was like, I'm 80 now. I'm wearing a diaper, and
Poor
like
thing.
I can't get to the toilet. Like, you know, you have a toilet in a bathroom in your room.
Yeah.
I can't even get to that toilet. So I had a toilet next to my bed.
Oh, wow.
Because that's how emergent it was. And then I still had a diaper on because like I couldn't, like moving, it's like my muscles wouldn't hold.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, everything's falling apart.
Yo, like when I knew you, it was when you were like healthy.
Yeah.
You weren't sick at all.
Yeah.
Like she was always going, just the light of everywhere she went.
Oh,
For
you're
real.
sweet. I mean, that's how I prefer to be.
Yeah.
You know, but
So it's like crazy to think
took
about
me
you
out.
like that. Yeah.
yeah, my personality changed, I think, because I was just like, I can't,
Yeah.
you know, like just jewelry. But you know, I love to laugh now. I love like to be around people. And I actually got a little anxiety when I first got well because I'm like, you know, I had this kidney virus, right? And I'm like, I can't be around people. I'm going to catch everything, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't. And then I was like, in my mind, I'm like, forget that. I'm not about to be stuck in this house and I
Right.
have a new life. And,
Yeah.
you know, it worked out. I got the medicine. It actually made my kidneys better
Good.
Oh, wow.
than
yeah.
making them. And I was like, that's only God. Like,
Dang.
it was like, I asked for a miracle. I didn't want a transplant at all. I didn't want surgery. I needed my own kidneys to work. And so I was like, God, I just need a miracle. And then I get a call. I've only been on the list for like a year
Yeah.
or so. Got a kidney. It works great. My surgeon was so happy. He was like, you got a good kidney. He was only like 20. He only drowned. I was like, oh
Oh, my God. He only drowned.
he only drowned. But he was saying like, he was
But he
only
was a
20.
healthy
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, like he hadn't been drinking.
Yeah.
If he had been drinking, it wasn't that long.
No.
'cause it was only like 2021.
Yeah.
And he only drowned. Like his organs worked.
Yeah, he was totally
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, he wasn't
I
like
felt
smushed or anything.
I was so
yeah.
grateful to that young man. Like I can only imagine his family, you know.
Right.
I wanted to write them a letter and you can't do that. You can't
Oh,
like,
you can't?
you
really?
can say, you can be short and sweet, like, thank you for the kidney, but they don't want details. I want to be like, I just want to know you. Thank
Yeah.
you for your son, you know.
Because they saved your life.
Yeah, you know, and I know they went through a hard time. I had a cousin who died at 27, and immediately, he was an organ donor, and immediately when he passed, when they took him off life support, they were harvesting his organs, and we were traumatized by that, like
I'm
how
sure,
fast
yeah.
it
Oh,
went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, so
Well, how are you feeling today?
fabulous.
Good.
I feel like I feel like I got 10 years back, and I need to do something with myself.
Yes.
Do you
So-
drink alcohol? Do
I mean, you can. Yeah.
But
Do
you don't.
You don't?
I never really drank anyway. I mean, I will.
Okay.
I do. I don't want to say I don't, but like, I'm not a drinker.
Okay.
So,
and
okay.
like, can you smoke pot? Like, how does that stuff go? Like after?
I don't think they want me to, but
Okay.
you
Yeah.
know, yeah, I
I mean,
don't.
doctors prescribe it.
Yeah.
I just didn't know,
Yeah.
like, what are the conditions
Yeah,
after?
like how do you have to
Totally.
live
Like,
your
how do
life?
you-
Do you
I
have
was
to be
thinking
like
about
super
alcohol.
cautious?
No, not at all. They're like, live your life, like eat
Okay,
whatever
yeah.
you want, you know, all
Because
that.
your new kidney.
Yeah.
Are you on medication at all?
Oh, for the rest of my life.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm on
man.
anti-rejection medicine because my body will automatically reject the kidney.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so I feel tethered to them, and I have to get blood draws all the time.
Holy crap.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I thought like once you got a kidney,
Yeah,
you were like, good.
no, it's the trade this bunch for another bunch of stuff. It's
Damn.
not a fix-all. It's not a
Yeah.
There's always something. I hate that my kidneys failed because I feel like we should be educated and tested for kidney failure before it is. If you have high blood pressure, that's a symptom.
Oh.
And we can go through years and years. They just give you blood pressure medicine.
Yeah.
But really, it's a detox issue. Your kidneys are struggling to detox.
Damn.
You could be like magnesium deficient. There's so many things. I dove deep, like laying in bed all the time. I dove deep into like why.
Yeah.
Like, how's the body function? What minerals do I need? What teas do I'm like so holistic. I'm like, you have an ailment like a cough syrup. I don't buy cough syrup. I will make it at home.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I swear, I be using it on my son.
Yeah.
He's my little guinea. Did it work? oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I bet you know like a lot about.
oh my God, like
Do you know about Dr. Sebi's list?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Do you follow that?
I went on an alkaline diet,
Okay.
for a while.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
I'm
Dr.
in-
Sevi.
Is that the one that like
the
the
most
carrots are
amazing
carrots and garlic are
person.
not real?
Oh,
Yes.
that's another issue right there.
Yes. Yeah. No, and he magically died, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was he's a genius.
Yeah.
Is he like the CMOS guy?
No.
No,
Okay.
But he does promote CMOS,
Okay.
eating
Mm-hmm.
CMOS.
Yeah.
Yes. So I actually, when I was really sick, my friend Takia, she has a TMOS company, and she would bring me CMOS.
Yep.
And she sources it. She gets really good. She doesn't use anything artificial. And then my friend Cherie, she has a cleaning business called Fresh Start, and she would come clean my house because I couldn't do nothing.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And then my friend Darnisha, when I tell you I had a tribe, like I had a tribe,
love
okay?
that.
And my friend Darnisha would bring, she has a coffee shop called Black Coffee, and she would just bring me goodies from her shop. And
wow.
it was amazing. Like, I have great friends.
Shout out to them.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
like for
amazing.
real. So I was like very fortunate. I had lots of visitors. And you know, I grew up with all of these people, so they've known me, but like new people I couldn't have come in my house because
Yeah.
I looked atrocious, like so bad. And we don't care. Like, I love my 40th birthday was supposed to be turned up, and it wasn't because I was sick. So it's like my 30th birthday was terrible. I was supposed to go to Vegas for my 30th birthday. Nope. I had a baby and I was shut down. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yeah.
So it was just like, so when I turned 50, y'all, like for real, like we are
Yes.
turning up.
Yes.
I'm like, if I
love
get another
that.
ailment, I'll be so mad. But
Well,
But
let's
yeah.
manifest just a party.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm believing that. So I'm like all about like educating people that you do not have to take a pill. You know, once they get you on that regimen, you're forever indebted to them. You have to, you know, I can't go without medication now,
Yeah.
you know, and you know, my high blood pressure, you can fix that, you know,
Right.
your cholesterol, you can fix that.
Yep.
You know, there's so many things. If you have a cough, you don't have to run to the store and if you have a stomach ache, ginger, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
There's so much
many
natural
things.
stuff for sure.
And it's so much better to your body. You don't have to worry about all the artificial colors. Artificial colors are terrible.
Yeah,
Why
they're-
do we even, it's stupid.
It's because they want to kill people. I feel like
Yeah.
in our food. You know, the people who are in charge and
Yeah,
all that.
like, and I got stressed out because I was like, what do I eat? Because even organic things are only like
Yeah.
70% organic.
Yep.
I just found that out. I was like, I'm sorry, what?
Yep. If you want to know like what you're eating, you have to grow it yourself.
You do.
Yeah.
And
And
you have
the-
to make sure the soil is good.
And that's why it's so expensive, because they want the elite to be able to survive, and they want the people that are like on welfare or, you know, things like that can't afford the nice organic good stuff. They want them to go.
Yeah.
You
You know,
know,
hold the vibration down.
Yeah. It's really sad.
it's fucked up. It's
It
really
is.
messed up, and
It
it's
is.
really unfortunate and sad.
Thank you so much for sharing your story. Every
a survivor.
yeah, you are. Every
you.
guest we have on, we ask them what resilience means to them. So, what does resilient mean to you?
Oh, wow. That's a huge one. Being resilient. Man, just fighting, like pushing forward for what you believe in, what you feel in your soul and your heart. You know, don't let anybody else tell you what to do, but what you feel is what you need to do it, because only you can take care of you. Nobody's going to take care of you like you, you know? And just sharing the love, period. Like, especially to your people, your core, your circle, like just love each other, love and laugh, you know?
Yes.
But yeah, be resilient, be aware, you know, be educated.
Yeah.
Really, it's really about educating yourself. So yeah.
Read.
I love that.
Love you, Kataka.
Oh, I love
Thank you so much.
Thanks
Where
for
can we
having
follow
me.
you? Are you on Instagram?
No, I'm not. I just came back to this world. So
Well, yeah. So you're not on anything then.
yeah, no, I really don't.
Catch her while you can.
Yeah,
Right?
I'll be outside.
All right, sad time for the conspiracy.
Yeah.
And this week we're gonna do it on the pyramids of Egypt.
Ooh, okay.
The pyramids are actually very weird, and if you don't know, they like don't know how they were made. Like people don't know how they were made. They guess ways that they were made. So something weird with the pyramids is their GPS coordinates is the same exact number as the speed of light.
What? What does that even mean, though? When you guys say that, what does that mean? Because
the speed of light is measured. How fast light moves.
like
the
that's
speed
how
of-
fast they built it, is what you guys are saying, or
no,
that's
like the
The
coordinates
GPS
match
coordinates,
it.
like the latitude and longitude, are the same exact numbers as the
As-
speed of light.
And that's not a coincidence. No, they
Just
did
like
that
the-
on purpose.
The pyramids
no
are like aligned
coincidences.
with the Orion belt perfectly.
Really?
So like if you look at the pyramids and you look up at the stars,
It's
they're gonna
right
be-
underneath
Yes.
each.
Okay, yeah. So
Okay.
the coordinates of the Great Pyramid, the biggest one of Giza, is the exact numbers of speed of light.
Oh,
so
that's
it's
her.
299,792,458. Exact GPS coordinates.
And wait, the pyramids were built when? Back in the day, right?
Okay, so they were built between 2630 and 2610 BCE during the Third Dynasty.
Before Christ, right? Okay.
AD after death.
After death. Okay.
And it is one of the 7 wonders of the world.
I guess my question is though, is like, how did they do that also? Because like, I don't think they had like, what is it called? Tractors? No. What
Right.
the fuck
No. I
did
can
they
tell you
use
how I
back
think they
They
then?
didn't have like machinery.
That's
to,
what
like,
I'm saying.
pick it
Yeah.
up.
This is how I think they did it because they're big, right? Like humans would not be able to pick up these and like make it perfect with how they were because
Yeah.
these things are huge. And what I think they did back in the day because of how like the world evolves and like then things happen to the earth and then humans die and then they, you know, all that, right? The flood and all that. So like civilizations will like be gone and they have to restart. So I think back when they built these that the people were very advanced, like way more advanced than we are now.
Okay. Like smarter
Yeah.
is what you're saying?
And like the technology was different. Like I feel like they could do it with telekinesis.
Their mind.
I think that's
Oh.
how they did it was telekinesis.
Or do you think aliens helped them?
No. I
No.
really think that they were moving these things with their mind.
Like the whole pyramids.
All of them. Like they would take these and they would, because I was watching stuff on it and they're explaining how they would do that with telekinesis and it made sense. And I believe in telekinesis.
Okay, wait. Can you explain to me how a pyramid is made? Is it made out of big bricks? Is it
Yeah.
made out of
It's made out of like crystal. It's made out of just different like,
a heavy
it's
stuff?
heavy. Heavy.
Really?
They're
big.
huge. They're huge.
And it could be like, I mean, people are saying like another 7 wonder of the world is Machu Picchu, which if you look at pictures, the steps are gigantic.
Yeah.
Like it's hard for someone like a human to like get up on the next step. And it'd be like the giants age wasn't that long ago, right? Like
Okay.
the age of giants, whenever. Wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
They were thinking they made Machu Picchu.
Oh wow.
Because
The
it's
giants
like,
did?
It's like if you look at the boulders and like how it was made, it would be like rocks to us and like us picking up like a big rock and like building
like
Yeah.
a boulder.
Right. It would be like a boulder that we could hold, but for them, like their size.
You know what's so crazy? You're talking about giants right now.
What?
Didn't I send you those TikToks of the giants that they found them?
Yes.
Yes, with the
door?
the
Yes.
door.
Yes.
Yes.
I fully believe there's giants.
So
like that.
then, do you think there was still giants like how they're saying there is right now back in the day?
Let me look up to see when the giant's age was, because then I'd be able to give you a more firm answer as to what I think.
Okay.
It says that giants were extinct about 12,000 years ago,
Oh,
which
Not a long time.
that's not a long time ago.
no, because the pyramids were built in the 2600 BCE.
And that was before Christ. And was 10,000 years ago, was that before Christ or was that after death?
You know, all those dates and how they do them confuse the fuck out of me.
Yeah, well,
I wish I could tell you.
and who really knows what is time
For real,
anyway?
right.
Time is
Who
just
would
made
know?
made up.
How would they
made
even know?
out.
Made
What
up?
the fuck? I'm having a stroke.
Every episode, you have at least one stroke.
Was 10,000 years ago before Christ.
10,000 years ago was 8,000 BC.
8,000 BC. And when was the pyramids built? 2,000 BC.
2600 BCE.
We just solved
Wow,
it. So the giants did it.
The giants were the one who created that shit.
Possibly.
Like
It's-
Legos. Like
Yeah.
Literally, it was not shit to those motherfuckers.
No.
It was like
That's what Machu Picchu is, though. If you look at Machu Picchu, the
stones
Giants
are
built that
boulders
one.
on top of each other.
Giants built that. I don't know if the Giants built the pyramids because they're not as big, I don't think, as Machu Picchu.
the fuck
But
is Machu Picchu?
it's in Peru.
Yeah, like that civilization.
You have to hike to the top. Like these giants were just like, it was just like a casual hike for them. But it
I'll
would
never
be like
see
a
that
couple day
then.
hike for us.
You know, like those big boulders, but they're masks, or like they're. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
in
Yeah.
the Night Museum. Is that what you're talking about?
No, like there's like these big boulders.
like rocks?
Rocks,
Yes.
and they
they
look
look
like
rocks.
somebody's
and
face.
they look like
Yeah,
they
that was
look
in-
like Native Americans.
Yeah.
They look
Yeah.
like animals. They look like, you know, there's a
That
bunch
was-
of
And people are like, how the hell did they make those? And it was like,
you
That
sent
was-
me that. You sent me that.
Yeah, it was
But
the
I've seen
Night
it
of the
before.
Museum.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But I've seen that before you sent that to me. I've seen stuff like that.
Really?
So I honestly believe the pyramids were built by telekinesis, though, because I do feel like the people of Egypt who built them were small. that's just what I think.
Are Egyptians
I've read
small?
a lot of books about Egypt, and like I connect with Egypt a lot. And because during my spiritual awakening, it was really, I feel so connected with Egypt and Rome and
Really?
Greece. So that's how I feel like is telekinesis. They were just moving these things with their mind. Because you can do that today. You can do telekinesis. If you believe and you practice.
Like Matilda?
Yes. And people, if you actually
I do
believe.
too. I love
just
that
watched
bitch.
Matilda the other day. But you can move things with your mind. You know how people bend spoons, they show people with forks, right? You can do anything you want. Really, you have to practice though.
That's true because I've seen the monks, they float in the air
Yeah.
because they can just focus
People
so well.
People think, oh, absolutely not. You can't do that. But that's why you can't do it because you don't believe.
Right.
For real.
So like, how do you tap into that?
Well, just read about telekinesis and it will tell you how you can practice. Watch YouTube videos.
I just feel like we're so powerful, and in this society, they try to make sure that vibes and the energy is like low.
Yeah, you send energy to the object and like it will tell you there's ways to practice. But
Yeah.
that's how I believe the pyramids were made.
Yeah, because
It
we
makes
don't
sense,
use
'cause-
all of our brain anyway. Barely any of it. So imagine if we tapped into our full brain, we'd be fucking geniuses.
Oh, yeah.
We'd be like
they don't
Jimmy
want that.
Neutron.
Yeah.
We'd be able to rule this whole entire world. But they don't want that. You're so right. So you think that's how they built it then?
I think that's how.
That makes sense.
What do you think? Like, how do you think the pyramids were built? Hit us up on Instagram, ResilientAF3. Let us know. All right. Well, damn, that was a freaking good podcast. Our guest, I loved our guest. Oh, I
She
wish she
was
had
so
social.
sweet.
Right, Kitaka.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
She really is.
And it's just wild because like who you saw today is like who I know her as. I never
Yeah.
saw her really sick, ever. I didn't even know she was sick.
Well, and the way that she because not a lot of people would be upbeat like that and like positive like that.
She's an amazing human.
And she is just an amazing fucking human.
For real.
Like,
literally one of my favorite people that I've ever been friends with, ever.
and she doesn't talk about it like she's a victim at all, which
No.
I love that.
That's her. Like
That's
she's
resilience.
freaking amazing. Yeah. Love her. So anyhow, okay, well, we hope you enjoyed the podcast as much as we did.
Yes.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram. It's ResilientAF3. You can also follow us on Twitter and YouTube. And by the first of the year, you guys, we're going to have cameras. We're going to have lots of video up. So we're almost there.
And our live podcast is coming up.
Yeah, and our live podcast is coming up. It's the end of January. Still not sure of a date yet.
Okay.
So excited for that, though.
Keep a lookout for that. And then also follow us individually. I'm at that Dreas.
I'm at Emelia Jackson 94.
I'm at Bennett Knows.
All right. Have a good week, y'all.
Good one.
Bye.
Peace out.